Hello bread enthusiasts! I'm Botti. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to properly knead wheat dough using a country sourdough bread as an example. If you want to bake this bread with me, join my free open lesson. The link is below the video. As a gift, you'll receive a sourdough starter recipe. For this bread, we use dark rye malt and seeds, which give it a unique taste and aroma.
Here I have 10 grams of rye dark malt, non-diastatic, and I need to pour 20 grams of boiling water, just like that. Then you just mix everything up and cool it down. Before you use it for the dough, you definitely need to cool it down at least to the room temperature. Never use any hot water or anything to make your dough, otherwise you will just destroy your gluten. Also, for that reason, I will toast sunflower seeds right now, and I will also cool them down. So basically you do this and that just straight after you made your levain. So while your levain ferments, these seeds and malt will cool down. Also, I will take 70 grams of sunflower seeds, and I toast it before mixing. Both of these ingredients should be cooled down just before mixing. Make sure they are not hot. You can even check their temperature using your thermometer. I start mixing my dough and I do exactly the same as I did before. I take 200 grams of water and I take 150 grams of levain. Remember that it's always better to make a little bit more of levain so you have enough. Even something is left in the jar. Then using my whisk, I will dissolve levain in the water. And I will add all flour, 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 50 grams of whole wheat flour, and 50 grams of whole rye flour. And these ingredients I will just leave on my counter and I will start mixing my dough. Using one hand clean and another one, just mix everything up, making sure that all flour gets hydrated. Just squeeze everything in and try to make sure that nothing goes out of your bowl. And all flour gets hydrated. It will take you about 1-2 minutes, not longer. In case your dough is too dense and you don't manage to hydrate all the flour, I recommend that you add a little bit of water, just 10 grams, not more, because you have to add additional water with salt and malt with water after autolyse. This is the consistency of the dough you will get. And it's absolutely fine. It should be rough and very sticky. This is how it should be right now. Just leave it in your bowl, clean your hands, check the temperature of your dough. Just remember that it should not go higher than 25 degrees Celsius for regular flour and 26 degrees Celsius for a strong flour. And check the temperature of your dough. Remember that for regular flour, it should be not higher than 25 degrees Celsius, and for strong flour, not higher than 26 degrees Celsius. Cover your dough and leave it for autolyse for 30 minutes. Once your autolyse is over, let's check the gluten of the dough. Wet your hands, stretch it a bit. Nice. It is very rough, but it has elasticity now, and it is completely different dough. So now we need to add all salt, don't rush with additional water, just use malt first, because it's very liquidy as well. Use your spatula to make sure you get everything. smelling gorgeous. And we will not add seeds yet. Also, additional water is still there. And I start to pinch everything in, and I squeeze my dough and make sure everything is incorporated well. Look at this color. I love it. Once everything is incorporated, you can keep kneading your dough in your bowl or use any kneading techniques you prefer. And before you add additional water, knead your dough, develop its strength and elasticity. Don't forget to use a thermometer to check the temperature of your dough. Remember that you should not go higher than 25 degrees Celsius for regular flour and 26 degrees Celsius for strong flour. If your dough warms up too quickly, just put it in the fridge for 20 minutes, then take it out and keep kneading. Only when you see that your dough gets strength and looks very smooth on the surface, then you add additional 10 grams of water and you keep kneading. So once you see that your dough is very strong and very smooth, you can add extra water. Do it little by 10 grams. Just squeeze everything in. And keep kneading. Your dough might get again sticky and weak, but as you keep kneading, it will get its strength back. And actually we need this dough to be a little bit more hydrated than regular one because we have so many very dry seeds and they will suck this water eventually. But of course you have to feel comfortable with your dough, and if you don't want to use all extra water, it is okay. You can stop wherever you feel like. Little by little, till all water is in. And remember that different flours need different amounts of water. Just squeeze everything in, and I will keep going. Once you manage to add all water you wanted and mix your dough well, so give it 5 minutes to relax before you add seeds. And the best way to add seeds is a lamination. We will stretch the dough all over the table and then we will just spread the seeds and fold the dough. Once you finished kneading and your dough has very strong gluten and you added all additional water you wanted to add, just leave it for 5-10 minutes to relax, and then we will add sunflower seeds using a technique called lamination. We will wet a little bit all the table and we'll spread the dough all over in a very thin gluten thread, and then we will just spread all the seeds around and we will fold the dough. So just cover your dough and leave it for 5–10 minutes to relax. Once your dough has relaxed, just wet your working surface. Use all the clean space you have. It's really fun. Of course, if you bake many loaves, if you work in bakery, you won't ever do this. In this case, we will add seeds on the lowest speed of your mixer at the end of kneading. So now I'll just spread my dough. Just doing like that, using my wet hands. Avoiding that it breaks. Avoiding creating any holes. Just work very gently and spread your dough. It is still very strong and breaks very easily. Just give it additional 5 minutes to relax. Up to 30 minutes is okay. If it needs 30 minutes, just give it 30 minutes to relax. Using this technique helps us to develop the gluten of the dough even more, so it gets more stronger. And then I will just spread the seeds. If you have some holes, it's okay, don't worry about them. It's fine to have a little bit of holes. And then I just spread my seeds. This is really fun. Look at that, this is so strong. It's like a huge window pane test. So nice. I love it. And after that, using your scraper, just fold all the dough. Just like that. Or using your hands, doesn't really matter. This is so nice. And now we have a very lovely, very tight package of your dough. And it's ready for bulk fermentation. This kind of dough will ferment a bit quicker than a regular flour. This kind of dough will need a little bit less time to ferment as compared to regular dough, because we have a very active, full of enzymes, rye flour here, also malt. So this type of dough will need less hours to ferment at bulk fermentation, because we have here whole wheat flour and rye flour full of enzymes. So it will take probably less than 4 hours to ferment at dough temperature 24–25 degrees Celsius for regular flour and 25–26 degrees Celsius for strong flour. My dough is right now 25.5 degrees Celsius and 77.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't forget to cover your dough, and it's ready for the bulk fermentation. As we used lamination technique, you need to give this dough a fold every hour instead of every 30 minutes. But if you see that your dough is very weak and spreading too much, you can fold it every 30 minutes.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to bake this bread and get its recipe, join my free open lesson. The link is below the video. Join in and let's bake it together. See you there!